Okay, so today we're going to look at an example of using Pythagorean theorem in more of an application type of problem, and we're going to look at a baseball field. So we're told that the infield of a baseball field is a square, which basically just tells us it's going to have 4 right angles at first, second, and third bases, and as well as at home plate. And because it is a square, that also means that all the sides will be exactly the same length. So we can mark that appropriately there by putting those tick marks in, and we're told that from home plate to first base is 90 feet, which just tells us that the distance from first to second is 90, from second to third is going to be 90, and then from third to home base is going to be 90 feet. So using that information, we're trying to find the distance from home plate to second base. So let's say we have a runner at first trying to steal second base. How far does the catcher at home plate need to throw the ball to get to second base? Well, what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and just focus on this right triangle here. And to do so, I'm going to pull it off to the side, just so we have a nice clear picture here. So we're told that this is a 90-degree angle there, and these sides have a length of 90 feet. Our job is to try and figure out what this distance is. So from home plate to second base is what we are trying to find here. Now, because this is a right triangle, we can use Pythagorean theorem. So once again, our Pythagorean setup is a squared plus b squared. The sum of the two legs of the right triangle is equal to the hypotenuse squared, c squared. Since x is across from the right angle in this triangle, that's going to represent our c value, which means that the 90s will be our a and b values. They are the legs in this right triangle. So we are left with the equation 90 squared plus 90 squared is equal to x squared. Once we have this set up, it's just a matter of going ahead and solving the equation. So now we have rather large numbers, so if you need to, feel free to use a calculator. 90 squared gives us 8,100, plus 90 squared is another 8,100, and that's equal to x squared. I'm going to go ahead and add these two terms together to give us 16,200 is equal to x squared. Once we have this equation, our next goal is to try and get x by itself. Well, right now, x is being squared. So to undo the square, we're going to square root both sides. Now, you're probably going to notice that the square root of 16,200 is not an integer answer. We're left with 127.28 if we round to the nearest tenths, or I'm sorry, the nearest hundredths, and we can represent this answer in terms of feet to be consistent with the lengths that were given to us in the problem. So we found that the distance from home plate to second base is not 90 feet, it is 127.28 feet.